Oh,
And
says
we
we're
are
live.
live.
Wow. Who are you?
What's up, guys? I am Julius Mayo. We're here in Atlanta, or I'm here in Atlanta, and we have Tommy eating ice cream in Orlando.
What's up, guys? So,
What's
I mean,
up?
Julius, tell them what you do, man. What do you do?
All right. So, oh, dude, this is crazy. We're actually on YouTube Live right now. Okay.
So, yeah, tell everyone what you do. Are you reading?
Okay, I had to mute myself. All right. So, I work for a software company in the energy space. I'm their creative brand manager. And I basically do all their graphic design, the photography, their print marketing, their online marketing, their social media, pretty much everything that I have worked as freelance for different companies. I work under one company right now. Tommy, what do you do?
Perfect. Guys, I'm really sorry. My wife knew I was going live, and she handed me this ice cream, and it's really delicious. It's got some M&Ms and stuff in it.
You're lucky.
Man, well, let me first say that Julius inspired me a lot to do what I'm doing now, and that's video. Also dabble a little bit in photography, but went freelance and went out on a limb and just jumped right in because I love motorsports and video and movies and everything. So got into that, and before that, I was doing sales, and I didn't really like it as much. It was pretty up and down, and just wasn't the direction that I wanted to go in. And so I think the theme today is probably talking about, well, we're going to answer some people's questions when they start chiming in. But I think the theme is really talking about following your passion, following your dreams, and it's never too late. I think we're both pretty good examples of that. So I don't know. Let's start with you, man.
Yeah. So let's just discuss how this all happened. So I live in Atlanta now, and I drive down to Orlando at least once a month or so, every 6 weeks. And Tommy and I try to get a chance to hang out. Well, let's premise that beforehand. We've known each other since the mid to late 90s.
Back in college,
the car industry. Hanging out, talking about cars in parking lots, some drag racing at the track or on the street.
Yep.
And fast forward 20 years later now, and we're trying to push each other to pursue each other's passions, and and pursue that creativity. And one of the things that that a couple years ago, when Tommy was like, I want to make videos, and I'm like, go for it, dude. And it was one of those things where I think we both are self-taught photographers, videographers. He inspired me to do videos, so now I'm like all about video, and I'm like, we're both backlogged on vlogs right now. But that's one of the things I just, for my food blog channel or platform, I am releasing a series of vlogs that when I went to Jamaica for the Jamaica Food and Drink Festival. So I'm working on that, and Tommy's got all this footage from traveling to Japan. And I know we're jumping around the tangents, but what I think one of the coolest things is to go out there and just put yourself out there. And a couple years ago, his one dream was just to go to Japan just once, to go to Tokyo Aslan. And now this guy is going like 5 or 6 times a year. He's turning down work in Japan because of his job in Orlando filming. And I think that's just really cool. And he went out on the limb and sacrificed a lot just to get it going. And he's totally in it right now.
And it's never too late, because I should have went to Japan a long time ago. When was the first time that you went?
So the first time I went to Japan was actually in 2000. I had just graduated from UCF, and I went to the Philippines for the very first time that year. Also, I went there with some relatives on a medical mission with my aunt and my cousins, who were all in med school. And I just I grew up knowing about the Filipino culture. I just never went. And then on my way back, I went to Japan by myself. So I had a connection on Northwest Airlines, and it went to Osaka. So I spent like 4 days by myself in Osaka, which was really a cool adventure.
It wasn't just spending the night at the Narita airport and calling that a trip.
No. It was crazy because I didn't speak any Japanese, and everyone thought I was crazy for just going there by myself. It was one of the things that you just kind of have to pursue your dream. And I had all these travel books, and I found the place I was staying, and back then in 2000, you know, we had cell phones, but we definitely didn't have iPhones, and we didn't have Google Maps. And I was mapping out through, you know, what I got in like Lonely Planet books, and you know, it's one of those things where, you know, I didn't know where I was going. You know, I had graduated college, and I really didn't know. I knew I wanted to do graphic design because I finished psychology. I was like, I gotta pursue something in art, and after I finished graphic design, I just started doing photography full time. So it's pretty much just discovering your, I guess, your interests and just following that path.
Let's talk about Japan a little bit. So I think that was the big thing with me too, is like back then, you know, in the 2000s or even before that, you know, I didn't know anyone living in Japan. I didn't know, you know, obviously I'd never been. I didn't really know anyone that went there except for our friend Orange Boy, and then kind of lost contact with him. But by the way, Brian is the first guy that, you know, I pretty much went there first and stayed at his house, and he you know, welcomed me. And he was in our card club, and he's like, you know, when he was, what was it, 16 years ago, 17 years ago, he's like, hey, I'm selling the car and I'm going to Japan. I'm like, yeah, right, you're crazy, dude. And he did it. And then we just kind of lost touch because I don't think back then we really had Facebook, stuff like that.
No, so we back then 2000, I don't know, we had there was Asian Avenue, which I'm sure you were on there.
Yep.
And Zanga, and
but I mean, you know, when so when you went to Osaka for the first time, you know, you think, oh man, no one's going to speak English. I don't know how I'm going to get around. I could barely get around where I'm living right now. How am I going to order some food? But it's surprising that a lot of people do speak English, especially like at the airports, at the train stations, at the.
Well,
you know,
what's even crazier was at the time I was still allergic to a lot of like seafood. So when you go to Osaka, it's like a lot of seafood. And I didn't want to settle for KFC, or I didn't want to settle for McDonald's, even though those chains are totally different from the US. They have better food over there. And I was like, man, I should have discovered all that. And I didn't get to do that until like, you know, another 7 years. Was it 2007? I went to Tokyo Auto Salon. So it was one of those things where you had, yeah, I mean, the progression and the rate that everything, you know, goes now. Or I mean, pretty much you just pick up your phone and everything's there, you know, at your fingertips to be able to, and you get to travel. I mean, I'm sorry, you get to plan your travel, and so yeah, so it was a struggle for me for like 3 days to find food because I had no idea. I mean, I guess I didn't even think about, you know, having to eat seafood and then I ended up going to the kind of like the Americanized places, but I met some cool people and some cool business owners. So,
but I mean, you know, Osaka, I just recently went there. It's
yeah, you were there like what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it's like a mini. I really liked it a lot because it reminded me of Tokyo, but it doesn't have the crazy hustle and bustle. I mean, it's still pretty packed, and there's a lot of like awesome places to eat, a lot of, you know, cool places to visit. You know, it's still easy to get around by the train and whatnot, but it just wasn't as hectic and as crowded as Tokyo. So, you know, Tokyo could be a little overwhelming for people. You know, it's like New York on steroids, maybe. Yeah. Even though, again, it isn't super hard to get around Tokyo. It can be done, and there's English maps and stuff like that, like English train station maps. But I think Osaka was just that kind of gem for me that when I went there, you know, I've been to Kyoto and all these other areas, but really loved Osaka. And actually we have a friend, you know, who's you know, from Motor Mayhem's over there now, hanging out, and you know, he stops by, Antonio Sure Shot. He stopped by, you know, Osaka right now, I think, and he's taking photos, and it's just like, you know,
I think it's one of those cities you can definitely, or one of those countries you can definitely get lost and be creative. There's a lot of people in Osaka and especially Tokyo that are kind of pursuing their lifestyle. They may not be looked at as the mainstream, you know, but there's people out there that it's like New York, you know, you kind of pursue your passion, your lifestyle, your underground lifestyle. And I think the city itself of Tokyo or Osaka, there's a lot of whether you're into, you know, museums or discovering food or just art in general and just seeing, you know, people there. I mean, it's one of those things where I think as a creative, when you visit, you're just, you know, it pushes you even more to discover and, you know, and want to create because there's just so much out there. It's funny how this transitioned to that, but yeah, it's definitely, this is pretty much how our life is. You know, we kind of, you know, you have to grind and you know, do your day jobs. We've both been in that freelance section or freelance part of our lives where you know, we're trying to develop our brand and and pursuing the work we want at my when I was doing photography, went from motorsports to food. And then for video, I mean, you got started in motorsports and you're still in it, but you've tried your hand at different ones, like wedding, and what other videos have you done or film?
Yeah, I mean, like commercials and stuff like that, and weddings, and you're gonna. I mean, if we want to talk about, how we got in, or how we got into what we're doing, why we do it, and everything like that, I think it's just pretty much going to be. I mean, you need the 9 to 5. When you're my age, you need the 9 to 5, so you got to pay the bills, right? It's really hard to like quit that and with the family and go on and try to make, pay the mortgage and try to make it on running on freelance. So if you're gonna do it, you have to have like unbelievable drive and determination and know that that this could be done. And the way it starts is you go out there and you try it on the side. So like Gary Vee, we listen to Gary Vee now, and he talks about the side hustle. So it's exactly that. Everyone, I see kids out there and they're, my kid was asking about Supreme and Bape, and we're talking about bots and how we buy it. And my wife Chavi wanted some Yeezys last year, and when they came out, I was lucky enough to get a pair for her. And then she looked on eBay, saw that, instead of, how much were they, like $199, $250, something like that, and on eBay they were going for $1,000. She's like, I don't want to wear these $1,000 shoes. I feel horrible, because I could flip them and make some money. So that, there's some side hustle right there. So I think that's the thing with me, is I borrowed a camera from a friend in school because I was trying to change from sales to another career. I was thinking about doing something in medicine, in nursing or anything, just more stable, and I could have a lot of hours. And they always need more nurses, or they always need more people in the medical position. So I was actually going back to school for that. And then my buddy had a camera, and he's like, I said, hey, can I borrow that? I love photography. And he let me borrow his like $2,000 camera with lenses and stuff. And he's like, sure, go ahead, man. We were like study mates. And he's like, go for it. And so I borrowed it, and I went to like one of the open houses at one of the car shops, and I just started filming. And then I bought a slider, and then I didn't have a camera yet. I was buying these accessories.
I remember your slider. I remember it. It was Olivia Tech. I remember that.
Yeah, I had the motorized
I bring it up because it's funny, because our friend Tony Nakanari, it's one of those things, like, we've known about each other for years, and we finally decided to collaborate. I went to San Francisco on the way with them, and then kind of thrown into that whole vinyl creation world, and saw cosplayers. And then one of the people who was hosting events for Mixed TV in the Bay Area was Olivia, and I had no idea who she was. And then, but fast forward a year later, you had her branded tripod, or her slider, or motorized slider. So
yeah, that was cool. And so, I had the camera, I borrowed it from my friend, made some videos. And then my other friend was like, hey, Hot Import Nights is coming around. Yeah, man, we're familiar with Hot Import Nights. We used to go to those way back in the day. So I was like, sure, why not? Let's film it. Borrowed his camera again and went to go film Hot Import Nights. So, I mean, I owe him a ton because he got me started with the equipment. And then I just took everything I had and went and bought a Canon 5D. And then my other friend was like, you should shoot drift. And we talked about with you, why aren't you shooting drifting? Because Julius used to shoot drifting too. And I was like, I love drifting. I can't wait to do it. And that was in my previous sales job. I met Dai Yoshihara, Von Ginn Jr., all these guys that when they came to Florida. And so I was super pumped, as Von would say. I'm pumped, stoked on being pumped, to go out and try. So I tried to get media, I got denied. And you can't just walk in and get Formula Drift media. It's like the premier series for drifting. It's not as easy as like some of these local car shows where, hey, can I get a media badge? And you can kind of get it because they want to promote. But like Formula Drift, everyone wants to do it. So it was pretty hard. And I was just going through manufacturers, looking online, seeing, and then this is like a couple weeks before the event, by the way. So there was like absolutely almost no way to get in. But then I remember I had a connection with Brian Crowder from a long time ago who makes parts for import cars. And, I was like, man, I don't want to call Brian directly because, he's going to be like, oh, you're spamming me, or, I was shy to ask him. So called the sales guy. It's like, hey, man, here's a video link to one of the videos I did at the car show. I noticed you don't have any coverage. Can I film with you? And the next thing I know, here I am rolling up to Formula Drift. He had the vest for me, and pretty much the rest is history. So I got all my start from in actual Formula Drift through Brian Crowder and through the guys at Real Street that when I was working with. That's how I made the connection. Brian called them up and they vouched for me. So I mean, it was pretty crazy, and I didn't know that till recently when I talked to Brian. He's like, "Oh, by the way, I talked to the guys at Real Street and they said they vouched for you." Because if they would have said no, I would have been like, "Hey, I'm really busy. Don't bother me."
But you know what's cool about your story is that you would not have gotten there unless you did that sales job back in the day.
Yeah, for sure.
And the fact that you had that experience and and have that passion in that industry, because I think we both connected over cars. So the fact that I think there's a lot of especially like when I see you with your son, and I always said I think when he was like 8, but he was like 8 going on like 15, like he thought and I think kids are really impatient, so you're one of those things that you have to it takes time. Hey, we got 2 viewers, man. We have 2 viewers.
Ask some questions.
Ask a question.
Yeah.
Ask a question on the YouTube live. This is the channel. I'm actually going to plug this on my Instagram right now. Go to this YouTube link or go to the Chirashi Bowl and ask your questions. We're talking about business and creativity.
Let's talk about YouTube. I mean, we didn't have YouTube when we went to school. When we went to UCF, when I remember first going to school, like the internet just started, like in college for me. I was at UF, and I remember we were just logging in, dial up and all that stuff, and we didn't have what we have now. But like I learned all my stuff from video before I hung out with Lorne HD and those guys. I learned it from YouTube. So I was going on like Mike Brown Photography to like teach me ISO and teach me aperture and shutter speed. And I was going on other ones that did video, or like Olivia Tech back then when, to show what's the new equipment. So, I mean, like there's a way right there. Like if you're passionate about it and you want to learn and you want to do something, you can go on YouTube. You don't, I'm not saying anything bad against like film school. Cause I mean, in Orlando, we have Valencia, we have Full Sail, we have, just the UCF, a ton of places to go for film. And those are great places because if you want to get your degree, which I encourage you to, that's a great thing to do because you already know what you want to do. When I got my degree in business, I didn't know what I wanted to do. It was pretty much my parents said, "Hey, go get a business degree." Okay, let me go do that. And like, I totally wasn't prepared. And that's what I, didn't want to do. So, but now the business degree helps me because, again, we're doing that side hustle. So I still have something I'm working on a little sticker business right now. And I'm working, on other things. And it helps me talk to clients, and it helps me because, with video, I still have to sell myself to get the clients as well. So they actually all came into one. But just the power of YouTube, Instagram, social media, you could just learn so much off of that. So I mean, I'm sure you got some stories about how social media helped you out.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with that is basically I used social media to syndicate my website, my Droolius.com, food blogging, and basically I started that as my way to show off my photography whenever the import, or I guess automotive industry kind of took a tank, and there was less jobs for creatives to be able to, for photographers, and everyone became a photographer. So I was like, well, I love food, I love travel, so let me start my food blog to show off my photography. And then it led to covering the food scene in Orlando, and as I traveled around. And then I use social media to syndicate. And I guess, then someone starts saying, "Oh, you're a social media influencer. You got to do this and that." And then eventually I started working for a social media agency and creating content every day. And then from there, doing more of the graphic design and more of the visual design that I do now. So it's one of those things that when we first started, if we would have started, I always wondered like what would have happened if this was around like 10, 15 years ago when we were still in school or just out of school, how much further now we could have progressed and built built your own brand. Because back in the day when I was really never into YouTube until you like, "Oh yeah, I watch YouTube," and I just couldn't wrap my head around why would you watch YouTube. And then Odessa watched all these beauty vloggers and all that stuff, and then I finally I heard it in the background, family vloggers and all these, and now I've become a fan of theirs just because I hear their voices and their families, their kids, and then or them talking about whatever, and I'm like, oh man. And then I started watching YouTubers in the Philippines that moved over from the US, or they were there already, or Will Dasovich and Daniel Marsh and Erwan Yusuf, like all these Filipino vloggers. I'm like, dude, like I've been to the places they've been to in the Philippines, and now it's come back full circle where I did a couple episodes with Odessa. We went to Chicago, and those episodes done well. So I'm really trying to create that content now, and pursue that channel while I still have the daily the daily gig and the side hustle.
Well, I mean, I think two things that you kind of touched on. And the first one is, like, a lot of people ask me, yo, how is Julius going to Disney? How is he going to this new restaurant open? How does he get into this event? How does he get into Topgolf? Like, how do you get in all these places? And it's through your being an influencer on social media and on the blogs, and just doing the food thing. And my friend's like, hey, how can I go with you? He's like, you can't. You gotta provide a service or provide something back to the community, or that's what they're looking for. They're gonna invite you out to these media events. They want you to share that, and they're not going to just invite anybody. So I mean, it's pretty cool how you built that up to where now you're the influencer in the area, that you're invited to all these new events, all these new restaurants.
Yeah, and then that relationship developed even more. This year I hosted myself and my colleague Faith from edomosaic.com. We threw around this idea 2 years ago. Let's see if we can launch a food photography workshop. And just with those relationships with Disney, where we pitched them, it took about a year. And this past April, we actually did our first event called Capture the Bite, and it was at Disney, where we had I think we had 10 influencers, and then 12 including us too, and they were food bloggers from around the South, and one from New York, East Coast, and basically we're at the Flower and Garden Festival. We're teaching food photography, and that relationship with Disney took place, after years of just, cultivating, creating content, and just, being consistent, which I think we all can be better at. So we have one question here in the live chat. How's the ice cream?
Yeah, it's really good, but I was worried because I was just crunching and and I didn't want to be like, if we listen to the audio later, Julius is trying to talk and he'd be like the old kung fu movie, like, hi mama, and you hear we didn't want that.
I would ask Odessa to get me ice cream, but she's watching the Victoria's Secret fashion show right now. So instead of us watching that,
you're missing out.
We are grinding right now and talking shop on how we are pursuing our creative careers.
Part two on what you were saying is, you're saying, like, what happens if it was 15 years ago, we had the same technology, but we're 15 years younger, basically, or we were in school still. And the thing is, it's all about, do you want it, the hustle? And I know friends, I have personal friends that they have the latest iPhone, they have access to YouTube, the internet, everything. They got a MacBook Pro, they got all this, access to a nice camera. They want to be a photographer, but they don't go out there and they don't go do it. Like, they don't pursue to get better. They'll just take a shot. Oh, this isn't what I wanted. I can't do it. Give up. And that means you don't have the fire. You don't have. I mean, there's no doubt, if you take a photo and you go and take another photo and try, it's got to be better than that first bad photo if you think it's bad. I mean, I think anyone can do it if they want to do it. So I think the key thing is just like having the passion or desire to go out there and do it. And if you can't make it, or if you fail, it's because you didn't try hard enough.
Or that, or just, sometimes it just doesn't work the first time. I mean, if you guys click back on, we only have one other video on this Chirashi Bowl channel, and it's funny how
it's a good video, man.
I think it was 2000. I don't know, was it 2015? I think we had filmed it, and I had just moved to Atlanta, and we're like, oh, we're gonna keep this up, and that's one video. But I think it's one of those things where we just like, hey, we're going to Disney, we're gonna do a gift guide. And it is discouraging whenever you create a really good YouTube, or in our eyes, we thought it was a really good YouTube video. I think we both had some good, segments in there. We both
hosted it. That was cool, right? We both hosted
it, and we had, go ahead.
Oh, no, that's what I said, yeah.
Oh, okay, so we both hosted it, and I think we had a lot of fun, but I think just being in separate cities and trying to put out other content, what didn't work out as much as we want. But now, so Tommy and I were at Disney Springs the other, like 2 nights ago, and it's right after Thanksgiving. It's the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and we're like, and this has happened several times. We go hang out and we'll go eat, and then, or we'll go to Uniqlo, we'll walk around, we'll go to Trophy Room, we'll look around shops. Once they're closed, we'll go to Starbucks or walk around, and then it's when the Disney police, not police, but just their security kicks basically, all right, guys, it's 1 a.m. You guys have to leave, or 2 a.m. So what do? We go to the garage, and instead of saying goodbye, we talk for another hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Till
like the other night, I'm like, dude, it's 2:40 a.m. We're still at Disney Springs talking. We need to leave. So it's one of those things like, you know, I think we have a lot to share, and this is how it started. Like I said, yo, you gotta listen to this Gary V, right? And then tonight,
like, Gary who?
You know, Tommy just texted me, huh?
Like Gary who?
Oh yeah, you were like, who's that? And we start sharing links, and then you just text me out of the blue that like, yeah, man, this guy's, you know, super positive, and then we're just going back from like, dude, let's start a podcast. And we're like, okay, 9:30 tonight, and look at us, it's 10:28, and we've started it. We launched it, man. So
got to do it, man. And I think, you know, hopefully someone can learn something out of it. Basically, you know, just, I mean, we're both examples. So, you know, I might not be the best at what I do, but I could answer the questions or tell people how I started, or, you know, maybe lead you in the right direction if that's what you want to do. But you don't, it's not only if you want to do, you know, photography or video, you know, it's pretty much if you want to start your business, or you have something that you want to do, or you want to get into the field that you really like, or you think you like. For example, I had a friend said, hey, I want to do what you do. Take me to Japan. I was like, hold on, back up. Okay. You know, I can't just take you to Japan. Sorry, it costs thousands of dollars. But if you really want to do what I do, why don't you come to my job? Come on down to where I work and spend like an hour, half a day, the full day. It doesn't matter. You could come around and be my assistant, help out, you know, or just get a taste of it. Now, I mean, I can't offer that to everybody because then I wouldn't be able to get any work done. But, you know, I offered it to my friend and he never called me back. So, you know, did you just want the free trip to Japan? You know, you got to show me how you work with me when we got to do the grind, when we have to do the dirty work, you know, because I can't just, you know, babysit you overseas. So with that being said, it's like, you know, show me that you got a little bit of passion, a little bit of hustle, and you know, we're going to help you out, you know, do what we can to get you to what you want to do. If you just want to go to vacation for Japan, you could just save up. You know? You
do that on your own.
Exactly. Because dude, when I go to Japan,
it's one of those things. I would love to collaborate with you and just go around Japan and just the culture. It's funny how this is kind of based on that, but it's one of those things where, you know, going back to you, when you start putting in that work and you know, and you were worried because you know, you had a mortgage, you had like, you know, you have your family to take care of, and then you were constantly, you know, you were hungry, you were looking for those jobs, you were doing whatever you could, you did weddings, you found out you didn't like weddings, you didn't like, well, not you didn't like weddings, but you know, it's like for me, people, hey, can you do my wedding photography? Yeah, for me, I think it takes a certain person to do, as far as photography, wedding photography, portraits, engagements. I have done engagements as a favor, and it wasn't too bad when I had Odessa with me as kind of like she was kind of the director telling me what shots to get. But at the same time, I just don't have the eye or the passion for it. And for video, you actually, you worked in it for almost a year, right? Like on and off?
Yeah, I did a lot of weddings. I don't remember how many, but you know, it's fun when you're a second shooter and you're just hanging out and you could eat and do whatever. Yeah, sure, that's fun. But when you have to like tell them what to do and you have a limited time, or if you get a photographer that maybe don't work well with that photographer, or that photographer, for example, is like old school wedding photographer that doesn't believe in video, something like that. Not, you know, mostly none of my friends that I know, but I've encountered that, and it makes it like a real nightmare, even though I reached out to that photographer first. So, and she almost thought I was like treading on her territory, but you know, it shouldn't be about that. You know, it should be like, we're all creatives. We all should work together because we have the same client, you know, and that kind of thing. But, you know, weddings.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know people that do weddings and they absolutely love it, and that's what they want to do. And you know, maybe I'll go back and do some more weddings in the future. We'll see if I have a different game plan or a different way to attack it. But for me, I just take a little bit longer to get set up. I want to set up the shots, and I want to make it look, you know, absolutely the best it can. So I'm not as good as a running gun wedding guy, you know, personally, but that's just my opinion. But, you know, someone might love it. So actually, I had a friend that he posted on Facebook the other day. He's like, I'm going to give up photography. I'm done. And I was like, I wrote back to him, you know, why? What's the deal? He's like, you know, I'm just getting burned out. I'm just doing the jobs I don't like to do, and the jobs that I want to do, everyone's kind of doing it for free. Well, you know, there's a few angles of that because we live in Orlando. There's a lot of schools, people coming out of school, Full Sail, and they got to build their portfolio and all that. And you know, sure, they got to do free work. We all have to start doing free work in this kind of industry, unfortunately. But you know, so some of the clients are used to that today, or kids with cars, they'll hook up their cars, but they, instead of spending a few $100s or $50 even on a video or for photos, they'd rather put that into something in their car, so they don't see the value of the photo, because they're like, oh, what's his name? You took a picture. What's his name? Car? You know, can you just hook me up and do this? So there's some examples of that might be discouraging. So he was like, you know, I'm going to give it up. And I said, look, man, don't give it up. Keep shooting real estate, keep shooting weddings, keep doing what makes you money, so you can continue, like, so you don't have to answer to a boss and work 9 to 5 if you don't want to do that. And then on the weekends, or maybe not the weekends, but whenever you have a chance, you do a passion project. And the passion project is basically, it keeps your creative juices flowing. No one's telling you what to do. You can assemble a team, go out there and shoot. I could say, hey, Julius, let's go downtown, and let's just go shoot. Let's just go have fun. We'll shoot whatever is out there.
I've done that before too. That was fun.
We just do a photography challenge and see, you know, who gets the best shot, or like, hey, let's get some kind of time lapse going and see how those angles turn out. Anything like that. So, you know, that keeps your creative juices going and keeps you going. And I think that as a creative, you need that. You know, we don't want to be stuck doing the same thing in a cubicle all day long. You know, or if we have to do that, then we want an escape out to do some other stuff. So you need that time to do that. So hopefully he didn't give up photography. Hopefully he's still going at it. But, you know, I mean, that was my advice to him.
Right. And I think with the challenge, when I was there in Orlando, like, that was the one thing. I think Orlando's a great city, has great people, but I think that for the amount of schools that they have for creatives, whether it be digital media, graphic design, photography, videography, whether or not you went to school or you learn by just doing it. The issue is businesses there. You know, you said you have to add value, right? If you want to, right, you want to charge. And there's so many people willing to do it for free. The problem that I see there, it's not only the people who don't have the experience, it's also people who have the budgets or to be able to hire these people. They're always like, oh, I'll just ask a full sales student. Like, when I give them a quote, I'm like, well, I charge this because this is how much my value is. This is how much my worth. You know, when I go to Miami, or not Miami, I'm sorry. When I go to like a West Coast, like LA or Las Vegas, I tell my prices for food photographer. They're like, dude, that's super cheap. So I basically lowball myself because I can't even get that in Orlando, but I could probably get it in Miami. So it's one of those things, you have to invest in yourself. You have to, unfortunately, you have to do, you know, take some of that, and you have to kind of grind and do some of that. But for me, one thing I remember told you this, look, if they said I don't have a budget, even if you say, look, give me what you have. If you only have $20 or $50 to pay me, get that money just so they can get used to paying you. And then so people in the area can get to develop that culture to support local artists, because it is a tough place to actually develop business if you're not established.
Keep talking. I got to get my charger because my computer's gonna die. Keep talking.
Oh my gosh.
Talking about it. I'll be right back.
So I'm solo now. Hey, what does your shirt say, by the way?
I don't know. Maybe someone can tell us.
Oh yeah, comment below if you guys know what Tommy's shirt says. All right, so you know, since Tommy's not here, I'm just going to go ahead and plug my channels. If you guys right now, you guys can follow me at Droolius. I'll put the links below when this is done, but it's at DROOL, like drool, IUS. My website's Droolius.com. Food photos that make you drool. It is down right now. It's been down for a couple of weeks, but it will be soon back. We'll be back soon. And then my YouTube channel is Julius Films.
I'm back.
Oh, and I just plugged all my channels. So Tommy, go ahead and plug all your channels right now, real quick. I plugged my Instagram and my
Tomimoto. Yeah, TomimotoFilms on Instagram. New sticker site, Arcade Machine JP.
Yep.
Or Arcade
Let's talk about that.
JP.
Yeah, keep on going with your plugs. What else you got?
Oh, yeah, no, that's it. That's it. Yeah, so I love stickers. Got a lot of friends who do stickers and slaps and creative stuff, and so I always liked it from as a kid, from back in skateboarding days. So just came up a couple designs, and probably need to add about 20 or 30 more designs to it to really get it going. But
the other day, I'm looking for it. I think it's in my bag out. That's out.
And we got there's some like
show your stickers, man.
That's new.
Yeah, man.
Not even on the site yet. Got some JDM stuff like Toge Spirits and some words that I don't know what it means. Sick. What else I have lined? Oh, if you're a Honda fan, you know no good racing, so I made all good racing. What? So that's a pretty dope
what's cool is Tommy's been pushing me for like over a year now. Dude, you say you're gonna make stickers. So my whole thing with my brand, I have. Oh yeah, see, that's great. That's the what kind of?
Shiba.
My friends have the Shiba.
Yep.
So Tommy's been like, dude, I'm doing a sticker order, and I always drop the ball. But you know what?
Liberty Walk.
One of my goals has always been to be able to do stickers, T-shirts, apparel for the Droolius brand. I don't even have anything I can hold up with it. Well, I guess I could go on the Twitter.
Don't worry, next order we'll get you
my logo.
Get you in on next order.
Yeah, that's cool. But we collaborated on your logo too. That's what, and that was cool.
Let's tell that story. So,
all right, go ahead.
The first guy, I was looking for some friends who could help me draw what I wanted to do. And where's my guy? I just had him. Hold on.
Dude, this guy's gone crazy since that logo's been done.
So it's a kawaii Gojira, but people think it's a dinosaur or whatever. And I told my friend, look, I want like a cute chibi style, kawaii style Godzilla, right? And as my logo, like with a helmet, a key, like going to the car or whatever. And so Brian, shout out to Brian Reyes. Is it brianreyes.com? I don't know. He does design. And so he hand sketched this right here. And then I said, took it to Julius and like, hey, we need to color it and make it digital so we can make a sticker. So Julius did the outline, did everything in the coloring. And then Art is my sticker guy, added the circle and all the, all the
it turned out well, man. You are well known in Formula Drift as far as stickers, T-shirts.
You got to collab, man. So a lot of people.
It's all about the collab.
Help me out on that one.
And then, so this is my logo, right? And why is it showing reverse? Anyway, so Tommy's been pushing me to get my stickers done because that's the whole thing. I want to get this brand get launched, whatever. So anyway, yeah, that's going to be
hopefully
coming
soon
to a sticker and T-shirt near you.
Yes. Do we got any questions, man?
We got any questions out there? We have 2 watchers. Can you guys? Oh, we have the foodieographer.
Oh, right.
That is Paul. What is up, Paul? He says, so Foodie Anonymous shouldn't ask to be paid in ramen. Yeah, I don't know what he's referring to. But, again, and this is what's fun with whether you're in motorsports or whatever your passion is. Like, my passion's food, right? So, right now, with that said,
food and
I have video that I still have to cut. We did the spicy ramen challenge, so I'm gonna have to put that up there or put it up here and put it on YouTube and do a link below. Because there was a bunch of us. There were 6 of us that did the ramen challenge, and then the next one is the spicy chip challenge. So
that was your first. Was that your first challenge? Like your first
for ramen, the spicy challenge, and that stuff's going viral right now on YouTube, and that's the thing. Like, one thing I want to get into that Tommy's always encouraged me to do. He's like, dude, just get it out there, just get the edit out there, and I listening to some of these. I'm
the worst at it too, though.
Yeah, but the thing is that you're editing every day. Well, I guess I'm editing photos every day. You're editing video every day.
Yeah.
But the what was the one quote? It was either. I don't know if it's Casey Neistat or Gary Vee. One of them said something about, don't let perfection like hold you back. I'm paraphrasing here, but sometimes good enough is, it's better to put something out there that's good enough rather than something that's you perfect and it's never going out there. I mean, I have tons of content and photos and blog posts that never made it out there because I'm too much of a perfectionist, and I think that's my downfall. And then so now I'm hoping doing video so I can't correct every single little thing on the plate, and hopefully I don't get stuck in color grading and all that stuff. Right now I'm all about audio doesn't sound good enough. I actually just bought an audio voice recorder that was on set from Cyber Monday. So
yeah, I think that's like, I know Adam LZ, he's a local vlogger, and he's got 1.8 million subscribers, probably more. Super cool dude, and he started his roots in BMX. He started like 6 years ago, maybe, vlogging. Yeah. 5 years ago. And anyway, so I got the chance to watch him do his workflow. And that guy is a workaholic, but when he gets on there, he drops all the clips and he just chops them up and puts them all together, and boom, he's done he said anywhere from 1 to 3 hours is a typical edit session, which like for me, it would take 8+ hours or more for something like that. you
Yeah,
know, because I'm
and some of
just so picky.
these vloggers in the Philippines,
Yeah.
they're going in their editing cave, and they you know, they used to vlog every day, and I'm talking about 8-10 hour. It's like, when do you sleep? And then we have another comment here by the foodieographer towards
Yes.
me at Droolius, for real, Six Flags Fright Fest vlog. Okay, so Paul,
Did you do that? Did you do
dude,
the
so
vlog?
Paul spent that, like, you know, my thing was I was spent all this time trying to edit all or update, you know, social media. And Paul was like, yo, I'm gonna film. So he did all he dumped all this video from, and he has this, you know, Sony um and on his camera, and I have all this footage, bro, and it's like hours of footage, and like I have to still I started going through it. It's, you get overwhelmed, you know, just like photos, you get
Yeah.
overwhelmed, you get so now it's like, you know, you create all this content, and you have to really kind of buckle down, and as you say, you have to watch the footy, and then you have to line it up. But
Right.
I'm almost done with my first Jamaica vlog, so that's gonna go. I'm, you know,
That's
just I
right.
could probably spend the rest thanks rest of the December editing, trying to catch up, and you know, one of those things where yeah, I just have to do it. So my stuff's gonna be hella late, but I guess it's one of those things you just have to do.
Well, I mean, dude, it's
Um,
like also it's a time relevancy with some of the vlog stuff. So like, you know, the
yeah.
Jamaica thing, I don't know how that is on the time scale, but for example, say you do like a Formula Drift event,
Mhm.
say you're shooting photos for stills, but you're also vlogging it. So you want to have that out within a week of the Formula Drift, which is super hard to do. I
Mhm.
mean, if you could, some people put out the next day or the day after, like Taylor Ray, another local blogger that does drift events and stuff. And I mean, there's another editing machine. He just goes, does the event, goes to the hotel, transfers the footage, and like edits right away. So I mean, that's really hard to do. But I mean, that's if you want to get in the vlog game, you have to do that, and then you have to sacrifice some quality because yeah,
Mhm.
you're not going to be able to do After Effects or really nice titles or like you said, color grade. You're not going to be able to do like all these things. You know, you're pretty much just gonna chop, throw all the clips down, chop, cut this out, put it together, splice it, and then
Mhm.
export it. You know, so
Right.
and I guess maybe it also goes to like the filming style because filming a vlog is going to be different than filming like maybe a cinematic piece for something.
Right.
And you know, so you in your head you're going to do an intro.
Mhm.
You're going to do an intro in your head. You got to just talk as much as you can about the subject. If you have to redo it, do another take, and that way you can remember, oh yeah, I remember I did this 3 times, third takes the good ones. So you throw all the other takes out, and then you know get up to speed. Like say something's changed, you get up to speed. Hey, this is where we're at. We just changed this. All right, everything's running good. Throw some
Mhm.
clips of some drifting or whatever, and then you have a closer. All right, man. Well, I didn't get to do everything I want to do. Car broke, but you know next time we'll have part two. Blah blah blah. And if you can't get the closer right or the intro right, you can always go back and do a voiceover. You can refilm it in your garage or something like that. So I mean, it's totally a
Voiceover.
different style. It's exactly, dude. It's totally a different style. It's so hard for me to get used to because I have some vlogs and it's like that. It's I don't know. They're super hard to edit, and then plus, like, I don't get how people could sit there for over 10, 12, 20 minutes watching a vlog when like we do some sick drift videos that are like 1 to 2 minutes long and no one watches those. And or
You
they
know,
oh
it's one of those
that's too
things. I
long.
think it's bringing you as a person, and just putting that inside look into your life. Because, like you said, you can do some videos that are so polished, but the thing is they'll get a couple hundred views, couple thousand views. But I think what really attracts people to some of these YouTube channels with high followings is just the storytelling skills, and just listening to that person's story, finding them interesting. Um, and you know, and a lot of times people get caught up on the equipment. I'm trying not to get caught up on equipment right now, because
What
like I
about
shoot with a Panasonic GX85. It doesn't have an internal mic. It doesn't have a flip out screen. So I'm pretty much just pointing at myself, hoping and praying that I'm in focus. And they're like my very first vlog that for Jamaica, I'm totally out of focus. But I'm just
but dude, that happens. Like I see
yeah.
Adam LZ goes through the same thing and he just posted anyway. Like it honestly doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It doesn't
that's
matter.
true.
So like
It's all the story. We have a comment from James, Mr. James Pham. Hi, sexy boys. OG
James,
right there.
who's James Pham?
Yeah, man.
What
You're not
up?
looking. You're not keeping up with the
I'm
YouTube
looking
comment.
down, but I can't see the YouTube. I cannot see the YouTube comments.
Oh, bro. You
So
know what?
because
It's on a live chat. You see the
you're
live
the
chat.
leader.
It's probably because I'm logged in as Chirashi Bowl.
Yeah, you're the leader
So,
there. So you're the
well,
comment.
we'll have to get you where you have access to it or something like that.
So
Um,
here I got a question for you. Clickbait. What do you think about clickbait?
ah, You know, I think if you can spin it in your favor, I guess so. I mean, there's this vlogger again, Will Dasovich from the Philippines, and he's and another vlogger, Erwan Yusuf, said like, dude, you're the king of clickbait. I mean, he had a vlog and it was titled "Her First Time" and she loved it, right? And I'm like, dude, of course you're gonna click on that, right? And it was about his girlfriend's first time going to a baseball game.
Well, but at least you got like there's a lot of times there's a clickbait and it's like nothing.
Oh yeah, like, that's whack.
Or be like, I crashed.
No, you have to relate it somehow. I think. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. There has to be something in there. There's a lot of just straight up clickbait stuff, and it's like there's nothing in there, and then people get mad or they unsubscribe. So you got to be careful.
Yeah,
doing those kind of things. So.
Yeah. So, what did you get? Any Black Friday, Cyber Monday? Like, did you pick up anything online or anything like that?
We went shopping, just stuff for my kid, and basically, so like, I can't really tell you what it is because just in case he's watching, he might be like, "What?"
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. No, hey, Jason, are you subscribe to our channel or what?
Yeah, we need to subscribe. We need subscribers, man.
Hey, Jason, tell all your classmates in school to subscribe to the Chirashi Bowl. Or if you guys are watching this live right now, we have 2 people watching. I don't know who those 2 are. It could be James. It could be Paul. It could be Chavi.
It could be anyone.
It could. Odessa's definitely not watching. She's still watching the Victoria's Secret fashion show. Oh well. I'm trying not to get caught up in you know, and for you being film, you see new equipment drop every day. So my thing is and especially just, you know, the ease of Amazon Prime and everything. I'm like, I'm only going to spend if I can create content with it. That's my thing right now. So.
Yeah, I think, you know, there's like the Canon G7X II, right? That's like the newest vlog thing because everyone had the G7X1, right? Am I saying it right? Hopefully that's the right model. And you know what? If the G7X1's on sale and you can get it, just get that because you don't need the 2. You could go out there, like if that's limiting you from doing the vlog, you could do the vlog with your cell phone. Like again, we didn't have that kind of technology back in the day. Yeah. And there's like the cell phone can shoot 1080. Some of the iPhones, the newer ones, can shoot 4K. I mean, you can easily do the vlog. I have a friend in Japan, and he was whipping out his phone. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that I'm vlogging on my iPhone or whatever," like to his audience. And I'm like, "What is sorry about, dude? It's you know, like you're still getting him awesome content. It's still great." So like, no, you know, I think he's like Casey Neistat vlogs on like a DSLR or something like that. So, you know, like I think that you know, you could do it with your phone. It almost doesn't matter what gear equipment you have. Yeah, if you want to, you know, take it to the next level, you can. But you know, you just want to grow that channel base and grow the viewers. Like, tell a good story. So again, you don't need the new craziest latest.
Caught up that I don't have a microphone in. I mean, this is what I use. I use a Panasonic GX85. And it's got dual stabilization, super smooth, but it doesn't flip up all the way. So that's one thing. I don't have the articulating screen, so when I'm like this, you can't really see it, right? And then there's
you just need Odessa to film for you then.
I know, man. I know. So that's the thing. There's that. You've tried a couple different cameras to vlog with, right?
Yeah. So I have the Sony RX100 is what I'm using right now, and so actually it got wet when I was at Speed World. We got rained on, and the screen went out. So I just went on eBay. It was like $20. Got a new screen, put it in myself. So it's pretty easy. Again, there's another example. Like, you know, we didn't have that back then. We didn't have eBay. You could go on there. You could buy anything you want. You want a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle first edition comic. Go on eBay. It's just crazy. So, you know, I found a screen. It's probably the same screen for $20, $30. Shipped in from China. Boom, put it in. And we're good to go. So. I mean, it was pretty nuts. So I just fixed it myself. But yeah, that's the one I use. So if you watch any of the vlogs on the Tomimoto station, you'll see that. That's
we'll link that below. You know, I watch all these YouTubers like link below, comment below. So link below.
Subscribe.
We're gonna put all of our links once we're done with this. We're gonna put. We'll update the description with all of our links.
Well, hey, I got something for you, man. I got something for you, bro. So, you know, just again, new to Gary Vee, just listening to the stuff that you're sending me over. And one of the things he's talking about is like engaging the audience, right? He told someone, what was it? It was called like the $1.18 advice. And basically it was like, if you you give your 2 cents, right? And he's like, give your 2 cents X amount of times till you're up to $1 something, right? So, and what he was saying is just go in there, put in the time, go in there and on Instagram and like, you know, we're into photography, so we'll go to hashtag photography or hashtag photos or hashtag, whatever the latest.
Search the hashtags and find influencers there.
Yes, and so you go on there and you just like a photo that you like, just go on there and comment, yo, this is a really great photo, but like don't make it so it looks like spam, like, oh, just thumbs up to everyone, because you're not going to get any reply back or probably any followers back because it looks like a spam. But if you just say something, hey man, that's a sick photo, obviously, you know, say something that you really believe in. It's a dope photo, really like the rims on the car, or whatever you're going to say, right? Well, I just did that like before I even listened to Gary Vee a couple of days ago. I was just like, oh, let me get in there and just like engage a little bit. And I just picked like 5 or 6 guys from one of the hashtags drifting or whatever. And I said, yo, that's a rad truck. He had a 2JZ in it. The dude followed me right away. I followed him back because he had a cool setup. And, you know, I think I gained like 5 or 6 followers just from just talking on Instagram, like just posting, commenting on their thing where it didn't look like a robot. Because usually I'll be like, yo, sweet, and a thumbs up or pound or whatever. But now it's like actually put some meaningful comment that you know I'm not a bot. And then they do, you know, if they see a cool comment, they'll go on your page, your profile, and they'll, you know, if they like it, they'll follow you back. So I think it's, you know, you can't just post a picture and just grow your Instagram like that. You have to go and engage. And that's just one of the tricks that I heard the Gary Vee episode, and it just kind of confirmed that. So, I mean, have you had that?
He's all about it's going down the DMs, right? So in Instagram and doing reaching out, influencer marketing, which is something that I'm trying to do for my work. And I find really interesting. He's always about be a practitioner. So when something new comes up, you know, be a practitioner of that to be able to understand that platform, whether it be, you know, like right now this is our first time doing YouTube live. It's just because you and I were on the phone earlier, like, yo, let's just start a podcast.
Yeah, we're like, how can we do it? How do we even get?
Yeah, we were sitting here trying to like figure out. Like, we were Googling on how to, because the Google Hangouts are gone now. You can't do that. So we're in Google Hangouts, but you can't record Google Hangouts. So you have to record our Hangout through YouTube Live. So
yeah, we'll send you the link on how to do that. If you have
dude, you actually, when I followed you the other night, you only had, it was me. It was like 5 followers. Now you have 26. Which, hey, you know what? You're growing a brand right here.
And here's an example. I mean, we could take this as a case study. You know, it's just like a little sticker thing. I think I got like 6 stickers on there. And so the first promotion is there was a car show coming up. I couldn't make it. I was out of town, and my buddy, who's also a photographer and a video guy, he's like, oh yeah, I'm getting a booth. It's a really small booth. I'm going to sell my services. So he's putting up a little TV and he's going to have like a video special. And I was like, hey bro, can I pay you or give you some money to, you know, sell some stickers for me? He's like, dude, I'm totally down. And so we negotiated like a per sticker price. And I was like, dude, that's sweet. We're both happy. So I was like, how can I promote this thing? What am I going to do? So I slapped all the stickers on the skateboard real quick. And I was like, just display the skateboard and they could just pick what they want from the sticker, you know, like, or, you know, buy 3 for whatever price, right? So anyway, the show actually ended up getting canceled. Unfortunately, it's Robbie's mystery bean. I feel so bad for Robbie because, I mean, the dude's legit and he tries really hard to like go out there and like, you know, people don't understand how much time and effort and money lost is going into trying to set up an event. So he's trying to set up something with like the Seminole Town Center Mall. Last minute, they canceled on him, said like the cops weren't available to you know, like patrol the show. So because of that, we can't, you know, have the event, and he canceled on him like the night before. So totally out of his control. That got canceled. Everyone was mad, but I mean, so to the people that are mad, why don't you just do a little research and try to start your own event, and you'll see how much work you had to go through and how much of a bummer it is to have to cancel it. Robbie got 0 benefit from canceling. He got 100% of the hate. But anyway, so the skateboard came back to me. I didn't really get to use it, but I wanted to pass it on, you know, just as a giveaway, get the channel get the Instagram started, and we're like, you know, giving away the skateboard. So there's a chance to win. All you gotta do is reshare the picture there and give a follow, and you could win it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And we were talking about that, about influencer marketing and how to leverage an influencer. And you hear that a lot with someone like the Gary Vee, whether the YouTube or the podcast. So I think that's a great way to kind of test your market and see, you know, what type of following you're gonna get with that. And I think that's a good route to try to promote your stickers, because I think, you know, you're doing this as a side gig and just seeing where it goes. I mean, you sold you know, your vinyl stickers and cutting out custom stickers, but I think there's I think there's an attraction towards stickers in general, and hopefully I'll print some too Sooner than
I
later.
think like our generation, like it was dope because if back from the skateboarding scene, you
Yeah.
had those weird, crazy ones like the Steve Cabell Arrow, like kind of stickers that would come with the deck or they'd come with the clothing or whatever, and we'd slap the stickers anywhere. Then you'd sticker bomb, where you'd see like just some kind of like street artists doing stickers, and it was just always like a cool way to display your art, or bumper stickers on cars. So like it's just another outlet to like express yourself. So I mean, my stuff's brand new, and I'm still like the Shiba dog. Like I drew that myself.
Hey, can you pop that up again? Because we have a Shiba owner.
It took a few tries, so I drew that in Illustrator, and then my boy Art threw on the stadium style background. And then
where can people get that right now?
Just follow Starving Artist 75 if you need to make your own and design your own stickers. If you want to buy this, arcademachine.jp. Man, we must have plugged that 18 times already. But
no, it's okay, man. It's our podcast or our show. We can do whatever the heck we want. So.
Dude, Art makes the like highest quality stuff. It's printed on like the best machine, and he laminates it with like a UV protectant, and then he cuts it. Like there's a lot of love and labor. When they
make the sticker again, show the love, and the labor.
Put yours up. Where's yours? I gave Julius a couple.
Wait a minute, I don't have a sticker. I haven't made mine yet.
No, I mean your Shiba.
You see, it's in my bag. It's in the bag, but it's out in the living room.
Yeah,
so you gave me 2 of those, and then where are my others? I don't know. You gave me some other stickers, but they're somewhere here. It's buried underneath all the paper and electronics.
But so I mean, we're probably coming pretty close to close, but I just want to ask
we're at 56 minutes right now, so we could wrap this up.
But before you do, I think we should leave every episode maybe with like something for people to follow up on. So we talked about Gary Vee a lot. So I mean, tell us maybe like what I got one thing from him that I want to say, but maybe you could tell us like what's something you want to leave behind about Gary Vee. We'll put his link below, and then maybe next episode we'll pick somebody else to talk about. But like, what did he say that motivated you? That you're like that made it click? Like, oh man, this is crazy. This is legit.
I think his thing is just go out there and do it. I mean, I'm paraphrasing from what I can't think of a direct quote right now, but basically, like I said, like what we were just chatting, and we're like, let's start a podcast. So we figured it out real quick. We just did it. This is on the fly. And we're just doing it, and I took words of encouragement from you whenever you tell me, yo, you just put it out there. You just put it out there. And then, and I think, there's things where we both inspire each other. So it's one of the things, just going to do it, just go out there and just try it, and don't be afraid to fail. I think he talks about, about fail. He loves to fail because he learns from it. I think I'm the opposite. I do things that are a little bit safer and know I could succeed. So I think it's one of those things where I'm getting ready out there, like relaunching the YouTube channel with actual vlogs. I'm not one of those people who, I don't really like to hear my own voice because I think it sounds weird, but at the same time, I think one of those things is just go out there and keep on pushing and try to, use your resources. Something that I've seen you do is just really, put yourself out there and just do it. So I just got a new toy. I can't wait to try it this weekend, and I'm going to try to put up some footage from it. So do you want to see what it is?
Yeah, let's see it. Do you have it?
I do. I just came in like just.
Yeah, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what you got.
This is the evolution of food blogging right here. Ready? Boom!
It's a food mixer. It's a smoothie maker. DJI smoothie maker.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyway, you've been flying drones for years, man. So I'm just trying to keep up with you, man. I'm super excited. I'm gonna fly the heck out of this drone and try to add some more like better B-roll, because I know awesome. you've really stressed B-roll, and
watch out for trees.
It's actually saving me in my edits right now. So
that's cool, man. Well, that's rad. So we're looking forward to that. You know what got me onto that guy, besides you telling me about him, was I mean the guy he could predict stuff. Like he predicted, I'm going to put some money in Twitter, and then how did he make his millions? How did he make his millions of dollars? Twitter.
Well.
And what else?
Yeah. So I listened to one of the episodes recently. Wait, really quick. Is this every week? James, we are going to try to do something every week. This is one of the things we just kind of did this on the fly. So we're going to probably try to do a 9 o'clock show. We'll see if we can do it.
9 o'clock Tuesday sounds pretty good. If we can we can do
It
it.
just depends on work, because I usually work till about 7:30. I get home at 8:30, sometimes 9. So it just depends. But we'll try to do something. We'll do a little bit more structure tonight. We're just kind of like speaking on the fly. But back to Gary Vee. I think he goes into a story about WineLibrary.com and how he built a business for his dad, and then he what was it? Yeah, he became an early angel investor in Twitter and some of these other that he saw in South by Southwest. Forgot how he made his first chunk of change, but then he was doing well with all of that, and then he decided to do VaynerMedia, which he did his own like digital agency to help brands grow. And now what do you say? He gets paid $100,000 each speaking engagement. He travels the world to inspire people. I mean, he's really inspiring. If you guys haven't, if you guys haven't.
He sees the advantage. Like, it's pretty funny because I remember when I was starting video, and I had photographers like, why aren't you doing photos? And I said, well, yeah, I could, I'm not very good at the photo part. I can do a little, keep working on it. But I said, I love movies. I just want to do video. I like watching videos, right? And then now they're telling me, man, I need to get into video because, like, it's all about, everything's shifting over to video or commercials or live stuff like that. So, it's a good place to be. But going back to Gary, he was able to see, like, he was doing Google AdWords and he was doing Facebook advertising before, like,
that's what it was.
Any business.
He was doing he was doing email marketing in 1997 or something like that for his wine company. I should actually link that episode because I think it's one of those things that's really, it sparks a good conversation. And
he had like 93% like
click-through rate. Yeah.
Open
so
rate.
He basically discovered that he could sell wine through the internet, because just like he used to sell baseball cards as a kid. And I think I used to go to baseball card shows all the time as a kid, and I would never flip them. I would just buy them and hold on to them. And we just kind of showed off whatever. I have the David Robinson Hoops NBA rookie card, and we all were really wanting the Michael Jordan rookie card or something like that.
Yeah. Do you have the Shaquille O'Neal? That's gotta be worth something.
I do have some Shaquille O'Neal. I still have that. That stuff's all back in Florida. I have some.
I played basketball with Shaquille O'Neal.
Did you really?
Yeah, we were playing in the courts in downtown Windermere. He just was drafted maybe the year before, and he comes up
before he was Shaq Fu.
Yes, before Shaq Fu, and he comes up. I mean, we were just kids. We sucked. He comes up and he's like, "Can I play with you? Because you guys," and we're like, "What? Shaquille O'Neal, right?" And so we played basketball with him, and I mean, he was just dunking on us, destroying us. But then we figured out, we just gotta foul him, because when he gets to the free throw, he's gonna, most of the time he's gonna miss it. And then
so you were the original Hack-a-Shaq.
We kept fouling him, and then he was like, "I see what you guys are doing," and so. But at the end, I mean, it was cool, and he shook our hand, and his hand like is so big that it wrapped around a couple times, our hands. He was awesome. That I'll never forget Shaq. So hopefully you have the.
Dope. I never knew that you met Shaq. That's pretty dope.
I need to get one of his cards now. I need like a rookie card from him now, just like.
I might be able to set that up with you. Maybe
I'll buy it off you. Huh? I'll buy it off you before you.
We'll do it for trade.
Just sign it, Shaq. Hey, it's original.
Wow. So Shaq, I didn't realize this. He lives he works for was it TNT? He's a sportscaster.
Okay.
And there's a Krispy Kreme down the street. It's one of those long time buildings that's been in Atlanta, and he owns that Krispy Kreme now.
Oh wow! So have you seen him there?
I haven't seen him there, but he'll, like, when it's National Donut Day, he'll do a plug on his Instagram account about that. And then, I mean, he's a good businessman. I mean, we can totally go into a Shaq episode, but I heard he owns a couple of Five Guys and all these other. I mean, he's a serial business owner, which is entrepreneur. Which I think, when everything boils down to, is what we're talking about right now. Is kind of pursuing your business, and I think we all go through those phases where you have to pick up, the jobs that you can. And then, I mean, I hope one day I can go back out to freelance and do, whether it be food videos or photography again. I think this is a better market up here. And dude, you should be up here because, Atlanta right now is the film capital of the world right now, with all the, with all the
Hopping.
movies and TV being filmed here in Marvel. We see celebrities in our, or we see movie stars, or I don't call them movie stars or celebrities. They're people. We see actors in our neighborhood hanging out, or we're following them. We saw Jamie Chung the other week. Tony was here. We were driving down the street, and I know she lives in this neighborhood because she puts it all over Instagram. But we just saw her just walking her dog down the street with a friend. I'm like, dude, so it's like you just have to make that jump. If
pretty cool.
For all those out there who are into film, Atlanta's where it's at right now. I'm not telling you to drop everything and come up here, but if you want to pursue in film production,
you got a room. Julius has a room for you if you're looking.
No, don't say that. Oh yeah, Airbnb. No, but for film production wise, I'd say it's one of those things you kind of just go put yourself out there and do it. Because there's a lot of opportunities. A lot of people used to move to LA for that, but I think a lot of people are in production are moving to Atlanta now. So back in the 90s, it was Orlando. Orlando had a big production movement down there in the 90s.
They did, but they didn't renew the tax incentive, so that was taken over by Atlanta, and so now they have all the stuff. We don't have it here. We don't have the tax incentive for filmmakers here anymore.
Still, a lot of filming is being done in Miami, maybe because it's more of a
location
market. It's a key market. It's an international destination between a lot of people. So Miami has a lot of film stuff going on. I mean, we could talk about film another episode too.
That's the thing. Well, we'll come up. We'll figure out what we're going to talk about. What the next topic is. Everyone had, if anyone has a suggestion, put it below.
Yeah. Comment below on what kind of things you want to talk about as far as like being a creative or being inspired. Maybe put down your favorite YouTuber that you like to watch that inspires you. I mean, I think we've had our conversations about Casey Neistat and watching his vlogs and some of the other. Was the one we were talking about the other day? Was it Peter McKinnon?
Oh, yep.
And I just started watching him. I know Paul, who's watching here, he's mentioned him before. Doing a more cinematic style vlog because I think that's awesome.
Guests, we could get some guests on. A bunch of chefs. I know a couple of drift people.
Dude, we should do a not only on this platform, we can always upload it here, but we should try be the practitioner like Gary Vee says and try the Instagram live with the dual screen or doing the Facebook live. Maybe you could teach me how to fly a drone because I've never flown a drone, and you've been flying helicopters, drones, and like whatever for years. So,
yes, yeah, no problem. It's pretty easy nowadays. But
I know there's a lot of automatic, but it's just getting there.
We'll show you some film tricks, bro.
Yeah, well, I actually, I want to not only do filming on the drone, but I also want to take photos from the drone, which I think right now is I mean, there's amazing,
cool.
Photos that are coming out there, a lot of landscapes. That I've been watching.
Maybe start a new Instagram. It's like Julius is from Eye from the Sky or whatever you're gonna do.
Eye from the Sky.
Don't do that. That's like a news station or something. But you know what I mean.
No, we should start a drone channel. I don't know. I'm just you.
That's I mean, for people who know me, I'm the worst at coming up with like names. Like creative names. Actually, we were thinking about what do we name this episode, and we just could not figure it out.
And where are we going to put it? We'll put it on Chirashi Bowl because we created one video. This could just be a creative outlet.
We got to link that video, guys. Let us know if that's a good video because man, we worked.
Can you guys go back and
we'll post
please subscribe to this channel so that way you can stay updated with us. 2, go back and watch our first video. It's a top, was it top 10 or just top Disney? Just top Disney.
I can't remember.
This was like 2 years ago now.
Dude, we went a little background, man. We went to at that time downtown Disney, right? And
before Disney Springs.
Before Disney Springs, and we were like, hey, let's do something that should go viral. And it's like, oh yeah, Disney gifts, because everyone's gonna look for Disney gifts for the holidays. And so we went around, we hunted around the shops first, and we're like kind of looking around. All right, we'll do this gift. It's the the pins, and then we'll do this Baymax doll, and we'll do. Remember, we were just. We heard about the Frozen dress. We're like, yeah, the Frozen dress is like selling out like crazy. We're like, all right, let's see if we can find it, and we'll put that in our gift guide. And
we really thought that was going to blow up our channel. Was that? But then again,
thought it through.
Yeah, but
we thought it through.
It was a brand new channel. It's hard to go viral if there's no syndication.
And dude, remember we had the game plan. And we're like, all right, we're gonna go run and gun, one camera, a couple of mics, and then we're gonna just like forget it. The manager kicks us out. He kicks us out of the store. You know,
You
like
were pretty cool. I mean,
I think
that was a good episode. I mean, your editing skills are always on point, so that got us through everything. But
too
I think
kind.
we did some good takes, and it was like we were just having fun
Was
doing
there
it.
jokes there? I think I remember giggling. So there's I
Yeah,
think
there was something you're buying a Mickey ice cream, like.
yeah, see there's a couple like funny, hopefully it's funny
There's some
stuff in
cheesy
it.
stuff, but it's not too bad. I think it's tolerable. But oh man, I
And
gotta.
then the
Actually,
music,
I put that
bro.
on my blog. I put that on my website. I put it on
There's
Julius.com, and you know.
and the music. We got the music from Soy.
Oh yeah, we
Like
used soy, right?
yeah, Soy killed it with his new album too. And he like dropped that and we're like, yo, let's use as many cool tracks as we can from the Soy album. So
Oh, you
I
know what we're
mean
gonna
it's
have to do? We
so
should
fun.
do we should do an episode where we talk about using original music, because you've created videos for me, and one of them's gotten flagged for copyright. But other than
Yeah.
that,
I don't even remember where I got that
I
song
think
from, dude.
like you told me a long time ago, yo, it takes
Yeah.
forever to look for music, and I did not realize until I started looking for music for the vlog series that I'm working on. I'm like, dude, like it's
You
so
could find it. You just can't
it's
find
so
good
time
music.
consuming. Though. It's so time consuming. So what I did was like I hit up Soy. I'm like, yo, and check out Soy is Real. And so I hit up Soy and I was like, dude, can I was like, I like one of your songs, but can I just buy all your discography from what's that website that does all the music?
His Bandcamp where you could buy his
Yeah,
music.
Bandcamp.
We'll
So I
put the
got on
link.
his Bandcamp and I just donated a little bit more than what it was priced at, and I just have all his songs. So now I'm starting to incorporate all his songs. I even him was like, yo, you got some reggae or something? So he might be working with something
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think. Hey, I'm down. Next episode, we get Soy on, and we do
Yeah,
an episode
or an upcoming episode, because I know he's a busy guy. But
because you know what, dude, he does photography and he's dabbling in video as well. I don't. Maybe he's more than
yeah,
dabbling. Maybe
he
he's
started
doing video.
some vlogs.
Yeah, he's vlogging. So like
Let me
he's
actually
another
let me go here and make
creative.
sure. Let me try to find his channel, because I want to
I
definitely
mean,
plug him.
he can make. He could film the video. He could take the photo for the thumbnail, and he could do the
He can create all
music.
the music. Yeah, it's
And
just
he's done.
Soy is Real.
I mean, that's another thing. Like, if you wanted to get into music, it's so easy now because you could go on GarageBand on your computer. You can buy a beat machine like Soy has, and you can just get into that and just start making beats, and then
Right.
just go from there.
I just subscribed to him
no
through the
excuses.
Chirashi Bowl. So
There you
Soy,
go. There's
we were your
no excuses.
69th subscriber.
Hopefully,
And
you get
anyone
more.
who subscribes here to the Chirashi Bowl, we will sub back. Sub for sub, right? Is that how it's said?
Oh,
Tommy?
dang! Julius is going old school, adding those benefits of subbing.
No?
But
Hey, man.
no, that's good. That's good. Do it. Let's do it.
When you hit
Done.
100, you unlock something. Because I hit 100 recently, or a couple months ago, and it said I can do something. I don't know.
When you hit 100, I think you get a thumbnail, custom thumbnail
Mm,
or something. But when you hit 100,000, you get that plaque. So we need that plaque.
yeah.
The other problem is like, where are we going to put the plaque? Like, is it going in your house or is it going in my house? We're gonna have to fight about that. Do you get the 100,000 plaque?
I'll
And I
let
get
you.
the 1 million
You
plaque?
have the permanent house, so you could put it in your room. Because you can see, my walls are empty, but you have all this cool stuff.
I'll get the 100,000 one, and when we hit the million, you can have the million plaque.
Thank you. You know what, Will Dasovich, 1 mil for Will. I told you about him. He is a YouTuber that got really big in the Philippines, and then unfortunately he came down with cancer, and he's recovering. But his YouTube channel, I mean, I really enjoy watching him when he comes out, and he's close to 1 million, man. So that's congrats to him.
We got to put all these links, man. Don't forget. Put all the links down.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'll make sure to put all the links to all the people that we've mentioned.
Did we
here.
get any questions? I'm looking on. Let me log into the socials.
Do you not see the live chat?
I don't, but what do you read the live chat? What do we got?
Okay, live chat. How's the ice cream? That was Chavi, and I mentioned, or I replied. I think Tommy enjoyed the ice cream. We have Foodie Anonymous. One thing that he said was aerial top-down shots with handheld food. So that was a tip from him.
What about like attaching the food to the leg of the drone and just going as high as you can? Aerial chicken wings. I don't know,
dude. No? I don't. Maybe yours, because you have like a Phantom, right? The Spark might be able to pick up a dime or something like that, or like a
we did a food drop off.
One cracker. That's it. I don't think you can add too much weight on the Spark.
You send the food to someone else. You'd be like, hey, they want to try it. You know, eat a chicken wing, put another one on for someone else, send it over.
Yeah.
That's what you do with the drone.
Yeah.
I don't have any. I don't see any questions on the Facebook. So
Oh, let me.
we're
Yeah.
still
Let's
new.
click on the Facebook, as you say.
Is that all in the YouTube?
Yeah, there's just been some comments. One thing, like I said, James asked, "Is this every week?" And like I said, we hope to. It is. If you guys are watching the rebroadcast, make sure to leave your questions below. You know, if you have a favorite entrepreneur or YouTuber that inspires you, leave their link below and tell us why they inspire, and then maybe we could find someone that can be a conversation piece for us for a future episode, and just try to figure out you know, some content here. And we've been going for
next week for sure. Soy.
So
we can't go live until we get soy. So soy.
No, we'll get soy. We'll make sure we can get soy on. I don't want to. You know, we can't say we can't go live again and then soy is
already said
for
it.
a month. So
no, he'll have time for us, man. He'll have time for us.
I don't know. I hope soy will watch us for an hour. I mean, we've been literally on for an hour. I think we've been on for about an hour and 5 right now. So
you know what soy does is pretty cool. He does the well, sometimes it changes, but it was like a Friday night beat session. So he was making the beats. And he'd get on Facebook Live. It's a great way to use Facebook Live. You get on and promote, and just like, hey man, I'm gonna get on the machine. I'm gonna make some beats. So he would go get some new records. He'd rip a sample out of the record, change the tempo, you know, do it the soy magic, and then he would just, you know, come up with the beat, throw a sick beat. Like he'd go through 1,000 drums, and he'd find the one that he wanted. And I mean, it was just pretty magical to watch him make the beats. And he would drop it, and it was a sick beat. So I told him, soy, you know, dude, if you do 10 of these or 12 of these, you make it an album, sell it. So he said he would do that, and this was pretty dope, dope tracks in there. And so there's a process of just watching this guy just go make the beats, and it just comes out pretty sick. So, I mean, you know, he makes it look easy, but it's definitely not easy. You know, I think also with your photography, when your food photography, especially too, you make it look easy. You get on Instagram, you check out Julius, and you look at the photos. Man, they're all top notch. Giving you a little plug, but because you know, I go there and try to shoot the food, and I just cannot do it the same way. So,
dude,
I mean,
you have to understand. I highly respect your eye and your work ethic. And I know when you go to an event, like when you're messaging me photos, like if you're at a Disney event for me or you're at Top Golf, you kept on saying, I'm like, yo, don't forget to eat and enjoy yourself, because I think that's part of the fun of it. But I think when you're in the zone like that,
you got to work.
You just want to do a really good job. You just kind of forget because you want to get the shot. And so thank you for always covering for me whenever I can't make it. But
no problem, man.
But yeah, it's one of those things that's daily, you know, and you edit daily, but it's going to your work channel. So but yeah, man, I want to see some more. I know your Instagram is photos of 3, so let's see some videos, man. I would love to see some short.
I have time some cool time lapses on the in the bottom of it. Like if you go back there, you'll see some cool Liberty Walk Tokyo Auto Salon time lapses that I did. And you know, it's a funny thing with the Sony, you have to buy the time lapse app. So if you want to do a time lapse on most of the Sony cameras, you have to you actually buy the app. So I bought the app, and I have to re-put it on or something. So I haven't put it on this camera again, so I need to.
I'm doing some cool time lapses with this, and just kind of as transitions for vlogs. So hopefully I'll get to incorporate that with some aerial shots from the drone, and I don't know. We'll have to collab on a video soon.
Yeah, most definitely, man. And you know, another thing we could talk about is like not skills, but how to do some stuff. So you know, how to do cool time lapse. You know, how do you do a low shutter time lapse? You know, like that kind of stuff. So we start picking that stuff off. But all right,
cool, because on the Panasonic it's pretty automatic. You pretty much you just plug in the amount of time and how many shots you do for you.
Set the shutter speed and all that, right? Yeah, cool. All right, that's sweet.
So,
you don't have to
but
pay
yeah,
for
it'd be good to, because I know there's a lot of different users out there. Show how to do it on the Canon, because we both use Canon. You use Sony. I don't know how to do it on Sony. I can show you how to do it on Panasonic, and we could talk about tech, you know, gear and stuff like that too. So
sounds good.
Cool.
All right, man.
Well, all right, if you guys have made it this far, I think we're about 1 hour and 10. I don't know. It just says hour. We started streaming an hour ago, so maybe we should wrap it up. If you do, should we reward someone for coming out, or like
we'll send them a sticker.
Oh yeah, send them a sticker. How do you want to do this?
What do they have to do? You tell me.
I don't know, because someone could just skip to the end, so I didn't think I wanted to. Anyway, plug the channel. Enter the contest, because you will be one of the first ones to enter the contest on your Instagram sticker channel, which is
Arcade Machine JP at Instagram. You can win a skateboard. So why don't we try to go for that? Let's win a skateboard.
So you guys have the inside scoop. If you go to Arcade Machine JP, enter. You're doing what's your goal right now? You're doing a sticker giveaway.
This first promotion is going to be December 5th. We're going to pick the winner. We're going to send out the skateboard for free to a US address or like an APO or something like that. And we're basically just going to randomly pick someone that you have to follow the Instagram. You have to share the photo and just tag 3 friends.
Okay,
that's it.
That's cool.
And then you can win a skateboard. So we got some people in there now, 20-something in the mix.
Oh, dude, that's good.
So I don't know if they all shared the photo though.
Well, you know what? I've done giveaways for my blog, and for Droolius.com, food photos that make you drool. Shameless plug. But there's a lot of people who will follow.
Yeah.
And then they forgot they entered the contest. And I say it's 1 week, and then I pick them as the winner, and I had the random generator. I don't pick them; the computer does, and they don't follow. So it's like they're lost, you know. So if they enter, if you guys make sure to enter, make sure that you reshare the photo, because that's how you officially enter.
Yep, exactly. They just follow the directions. I might have to make exception. I mean, it's the first contest, so I mean, honestly, if you're watching this, I'm probably just going to pick from.
You know what? What's something they can say? They can comment in that post, so you know you come from YouTube.
Chirashi Bowl.
All right, yeah. So go to the Instagram. I'll put the link below, and then just comment the Chirashi Bowl, so we know that you came from YouTube.
But it's not gonna give you any better chance of winning, though. But we love you.
It's not. But at least we know you came from YouTube. Because after the contest is over and people have watched this over and over again, once we hit 10,000, 20,000 views on this first episode 1.
Yeah.
We will know that they can always go back to that post. They call it Chirashi Bowl.
You know what's funny? It's like I put on there, it's like only ships to US address or whatever. And I had like 2 or 3 friends in Japan that like shared it, and they followed all the rules and everything. I'm like, oh, they didn't read that. I'm not shipping it to Japan, but maybe I will.
Participate. They just want to help you, man. You know, they're helping you build the brand. Maybe I will ship it to Japan. Cool.
Maybe I'll hand deliver it. We'll see.
Ooh. Cool. Yeah. When are you going to Japan next? We'll close out with that. What are our next trips?
We don't know. Maybe
you're not going to Tokyo Auto Salon?
Maybe Tokyo Auto Salon. We'll see if the guys at work want to go. That would be pretty cool. That's my favorite. It's my favorite car show in the entire world.
Cool.
How about you? Is that your favorite car show?
No car shows. I'm going to San Francisco next weekend, December 9th and 10th. We're just we found some cheap tickets on Frontier. So I've been just, I've been with this company for 2 years, and I haven't really taken much vacation time. So even though this is a weekend trip, it's just going out there to eat. So super excited for that. And then next year, hopefully we'll be able to do some good trips. But so
do you have a hashtag for because you have a hashtag for Atlanta, right? And different places.
So for traveling, I have hashtag Julius Travels. So I'll link that. link below.
But do you have a special San Francisco one?
Yeah, I think it's Julius SF. Let me see. I think I do have that, so you guys can follow along. Nice segue
so you can
there.
See where you went last time and see where you went this time.
Yeah, and of course, but last time I was there, they didn't have Instagram stories, or Snapchat. Yep. So it's been a couple of years. So yeah, Julius SF. That's Drool IUS SF. That's some of the places I've been to. Or it'll be Julius Bay Area if it's in the Greater Bay Area.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, man, have a good trip. Hopefully next week we'll pick a date.
Yeah, let's do this next week. We will announce on Twitter. I know you're not active on Twitter, but maybe you should. We should be both practitioners. So I will share it on @Droolius and @JuliusMayoJR as my personal. We can plug everything on YouTube on Facebook.
You need some food shots in your background.
Yeah, that's one of the things I told Odessa that one of my things is I'm going to print some of my food or just my photography in general. Maybe not food, but maybe some of my travel.
A Jean-Claude Van Damme poster, something back there. Anything, dude.
I know, man. I know. We got to put some stuff on there.
Van Damme doing a split.
I'll Photoshop you as Jean-Claude Van Damme. So.
That's wow. Yeah, I'll take that, bro. I'll take that.
Bloodsport, man. Bloodsport.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. Thank you guys for watching. All 2 viewers have lasted the entire 2 hour or 1 hour
Pretty
plus.
remarkable, actually.
I don't know. Yeah. Comment below. Comment if you guys are still watching. Shiba sticker. Oh yeah, foodieographer. I'll hook you up, man. He's got a Shiba actually, or his sister does.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah, I'll hook you up. I don't know. It might be Chavi. It might be Odessa watching, the 2 significant others. Shout out to the ladies, our ladies, who support us in our random endeavors. I think she's laughing out there. She's not watching. Oh man. I'm in the bedroom, so she's actually probably waiting to go to bed.
Wait, hold on. Check Facebook real quick.
Oh, yeah, let's check out Facebook. If you guys want to follow my blog channel, it's facebook.com/JuliusBlog. I'm not getting any updates, bro.
I got no questions, man.
I think what's up with all your drift buddies, man? We'll have to name a time and place. We'll tentatively figure it out. It'll probably be a 9 p.m. show, though, right?
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna announce it. We're gonna try to get a guest. Either maybe Soy, maybe some other creative, maybe someone that we know. We'll try to get.
You know what? We should also maybe try a Facebook Live instead of doing that, because we have a base there. If we just pop up, it's going to pop up everywhere, and then we can just syndicate it back onto YouTube. Right. So maybe we'll do a Facebook Live. Comment below if you guys would rather see this on Facebook Live, maybe Instagram Live, or whatever live platforms there are out there.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
We will always syndicate it if we can on here, and then I don't know. Are we putting this on a YouTube? We called this our first podcast, so I guess we need to have this
on the YouTube. I think so.
Yeah, but if we say we're gonna start our podcast, we got to put it out on the podcast.
Yep, and both. It will stay on YouTube and your podcast channel, whichever that is. We'll figure out later.
Yeah, sorry.
Right?
This is my first time doing this. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, awesome. Cool, man. Well, thanks, Julius. We'll see you next time with a special guest. We don't know. Maybe if it's Soy, maybe it's someone else.
Right. We have sticker requests here. Paul, I'll hook you up, man. No worries. But cool, bro.
Thanks,
all right. Thank you again for starting. We didn't even wait. We just jumped into this. So thank you, Tommy, for getting this done. And we'll be more structured next time and not ramble so much, and not like our 3-hour goodbyes like usually it happens.
Yeah, exactly. All right, bro. Over and out.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Leave your comments or questions below, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.